Welcome back, everybody. It's our final best of 5 of the night. MVP Infinity will face off against Rhinos Gaming Wings, the sister team of Rhinos Gaming Titans. So, sister team of Space coming in here. They're in the same group, unfortunately. A loss here would face them off against Space. I'm Wolf. With me is Achilles, and we are getting ready to close out the night. It should be a good series here. Perhaps not as good as our last, but I'm hoping it will be.
Yeah, I mean, the last one really did live up to the hype, and X6 especially coming out with that victory, 3-1 over Afrika Red. So making a statement for themselves, much like we saw from Meta Athena, the other team that we had that we didn't really know much about in the last promotion tournament. But now coming in, Rhinos Gaming Wings, the sister team to Titan, a team that was formerly in Apex, got relegated the last time around. Now coming in much better than their sister team, as it turns out, on the standings, actually tied in match score with X6, but their map score was worse. They lost too many games. They lost, 2 more maps, not as clean of victories as they had, as X6 had. So that does put them in second place, just behind them. But this is still going to be the second most dominant team in the Challenger tournament, going up against MVP, a team that did not perform well at all in Season 2 of Apex.
No, they did not. I mean, they had that strong first game against Envious, and you and I got to cast them through promotions last season, and they looked really impressive. We got to see the storyline of Flash, who took the idea.
How much it changed.
Yeah. the StarCraft pro gamer Flash, of course, and then even asked him for permission. A super emotional story of him becoming a pro gamer, despite protests from his family, etc. Then winning for his team, but retiring immediately afterwards. His absence was noted. He was a really strong Lucio for the team, and they had a strong opening against Envious in Apex, but besides that, kind of fell flat against the other teams in their group. They have a new roster now, of course. They've restructured a little bit, and they're definitely the underdogs here, considering what Rhinos Gaming Wings did in Challenger. But I'm surprised there's not as much hype behind the Wings here, because they were just a little bit behind, as you said, X6. When everyone was hyped about X6, this huge group of fans comes in, the X6 squad. There's so much hype. Everyone's talking about Godby, and, Wings is just a tiny, minuscule part behind them. So they should be favored here, unless, the gap really is wider than it looks between Apex and Challengers.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. We don't know how MVP is really going to perform here. If their Apex Season 2 stats are indicative of anything, they went 0-3, so not picking up a single match win, but it was 4-9 overall, so they were at least taking maps, unlike Afrika Red. So they do have a slightly better-looking matchup here going into Rhinos Gaming Wings, but they've been so dominant in Challenger, just under X6, as we've said. So I feel like they still could just come out here. I'm not expecting a 3-0, but perhaps a 3-1 or maybe even a 3-2 between these teams.
Combox had a very similar result. They were 4-8, I believe, in their groups. Yeah, 4-8, 1-2. So, they didn't look too strong. They looked okay, I guess you could argue. But Kongbox looked a little bit stronger. Flashlux was much weaker, so it was an easy matchup for them. But with how dominant the Wings were in Challenge and how the skill gap isn't super wide, I would say, between Apex and Challenge, considering Runaway, was knocked into relegations and popped all the way back to the finals. That's why this tournament's so important right now. You and I talked about this at the start of the broadcast, how in other esports, when you look at a relegation series, you're only super hyped about it when a big name might get knocked out, or there's this new up-and-coming team everyone's talking about. But right now, it's so important because the difference between Apex and Challengers isn't fully set yet. We don't have big sponsors and huge coaches yet. It's still a very new esport, so it's time to make your mark right now for these teams. Wings want to get in. They want to do what Titan could not, outperform their sister team in Season 3.
Yeah. It's also, a good time to go ahead and pick up a fan base for yourself, especially if you are one of those teams earning your way or regaining your Apex status for Season 3. Try to pick up as many fans as you possibly can, because right now there's limited fan loyalty. LH has got a bunch. Afrika as an organization does have fans there, but for these younger teams, this really is a good opportunity for them to go ahead and build up fan bases for themselves.
With Flash now being absent in the roster, why not Smooved into the support role? Of course, if you've been watching Apex, you're pretty very aware of this. Breck still playing the main tank, Bianca coming in as well. One fact, the DPS and Easy Bro, going to be kind of the flex player coming into this. Plays a lot of Genji. His Roadhog is solid. So watch out for this team. It's not going to be an easy run for Wings. We know a lot about this team. You and I have personal experience casting them. They did surprise a lot of people because Space looked so weak. They looked so strong by comparison in the Season 2 Superweek tournament. But they are the underdogs here. Most would argue. They've got that sister team to train with, But when you have a sister team that's underperforming right now,
I mean, I don't
it's
know
like it doesn't feel powerful, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if MVP Space is going to be the best Scrim partners, honestly, because of just how abysmal their performance was earlier today against the likes of Conbox. So MVP, they're going to have to show us a different side of the MVP org here in Overwatch. They need to perform. They desperately want to beat Rhino's Gaming Wings here, so they don't have to face their own blood in that losers match tomorrow.
All right, Rhino's Gaming Wings here. This roster fairly new to most people. Umte really the only one we've seen before coming in.
We've seen Envy before.
Yeah,
they didn't win last time.
They didn't win. Envy, the team, unfortunately. There's Umte, of course, and Agape will be the main support here. Rumor has it Fury is a Chinese player as well. That's how he's listed in many databases. I actually don't know if that's true or not. I've been unable to talk to him. But either way, you know, he's listed in the database as being a Chinese player. Bro as well has some experience. He's ex-Titan, so he was on Rhino's Gaming Titan. So someone who has televised experience for, he has played as well as Umte. You know, they have this experience of playing on stage in these televised matches where most of these players have that online experience, that challenger background. So in terms of Infinity's experience in LAN, with a crowd in front of them, they have that advantage. But it feels like mechanically, the Wings are just looking a bit stronger right now.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, though. We've had some interesting games here today. Hanamura in our last set especially going a bit awry there from what we had anticipated, what we thought we saw. We'll see what these guys can deliver for us here and what we're going to start things off with. We've had Oasis twice today and then Nepal. Maybe we'll change it up, go to Lijiang Tower, perhaps Ilios.
Hoping for an Ilios myself, just for the randomness, but it's going to be Oasis
All
again.
Right, yeah, third time.
Luck of the draw here, 3 for 4.
All right, just sticking with it, I suppose. So everybody favoring the new map, I guess.
There you go. So that's going to be our start here, the neutral map. Loser has map pick. I know we sound like a broken record if you're an Apex fan, you know that, but a lot of new viewers, so sticking it out there. But Control Point obviously sets the scale for wide-range fighting. This is the map where we see a lot of Pharah, obviously a lot of McCree. On Oasis, it's a large, wide-open map for the most part, so those heroes are very strong. And we'll see who ends up being the mechanical gods in this one, because the matchup we saw just previously between Attune and Godsby was really exciting to watch and really ended up being the determining factor and who ends up winning that best of 5.
I mean, not only that, but also having the Sombra, you know, for the first Oasis match that we had earlier today. Not sure if either of these teams are going to be the ones to pull it out and try to match that performance, but it certainly would be interesting to see. Maybe they were watching from the back room. Maybe they've been practicing it.
Only time will tell. We're going into our first map of our last best of 5 tonight. MVP Infinity versus Rhino Gaming Wings on Oasis.
I get it.
Welcome to Oasis, MVP Infinity versus Rhinos Gaming Wings. As we jump into this one,
I know for a fact that's going to throw me for a loop at one point. I'm going to say Rhinos Gaming Titan for sure, despite them being the lesser sister team.
Well, we have experience casting that one and very close. Cast Space, but Infinity was the one that impressed us more. I hear that Sombra gun. I don't know who's played it because I was looking at my notes for a second here. Probably not going to lock in. It was only Twilight that we saw play it so far.
Right,
but
now
Undyne.
it's Undyne.
Undyne has played some crazy heroes before, so.
Oh, yes, he's
going
to go ahead and stick with this one. All right. So MVP Infinity going to be trying their hands at this Sombra. If you guys missed our second set of the day, this should be an absolute treat for you. So going immediately for that 200 HP health pack down to the bottom of the pit.
That's how you want to do it with Sombra. You can do this even in your solo queue games. It's the fastest route possible with a hack. Envy gets a hack, or actually a pull, trying to hack his way in there with that hook melee attack there, but unable to get the pick.
Getting a bit of damage down onto Bianca, but he's able to drop in, get that hack here. You see Undyne just going to be zipping around the map, constantly harassing from the sidelines, as you would very much expect from a Tracer. Speaking of which, that is going to be a bit of an odd spot there for one fact. Running out of dashes, no recall. He gets taken out, and that's going to lead the Rhinos Gaming Wings coming up the first cap.
Oxo building up a lot of meter here too on that McCree. We've talked about this a lot. Switch it off. Didn't want to keep pushing it. It's going to be playing that Ana. Usually the Ana player doing that role with what we saw earlier, Twilight, flexing into it. They're going to go for a big push here. They don't have any ults to try to make this work. They're just going to try to brute force the way, and it works so far. One Fact gets the pick onto Envy. And there's a nice grenade to kill Oxo as well. So the double kill coming out for One Fact.
Yeah, and he's got so much energy right now. 80 coming in at the moment, just charging away, trying to work down Fury and Umte. Can't quite get the kills onto them, but the 2 picks that One Fact is able to come up with does open up MVP to go ahead and take the point for the first time for themselves. Only 28% generated by Rhinos, so a very swift retake, very concise from them. We'll see how long they can maintain. Somebody's pushing forward, has an Earth Shatter. He's gonna find 2. Bianca and Breck both getting knocked down. He'll get slept, but they still find a kill onto the enemy Reinhardt. One Fact being shoved up into the wall by that whole hog will eventually come down, gets taken out. 3 kills now here for Rhinos as they push in and look to retake.
They're looking to retake here. They do grab it. We are dead even at 31 here. Going to be another pick here. Fury onto Bianca. Looks like off screen. Fury is actually so much. He has so much energy. He's 100 currently, just lobbing grenades right now, trying to push everybody back. The cool thing here for Rhinos Gaming Wings, of course, too, is that they took this back with very minimal cost. They have so many ults here. Fury has that Graviton Surge. Umte doesn't have the Earth Shatter, but it feels insignificant.
Well, the hook comes through. Breck now way too far forward, and Oxo is fishing here with that Deadeye. Won't find it. Clips that flashbang in onto Easy Bro, who makes it around the corner in time to keep himself alive, at least for the moment. Nice deflect. Very crucial to keep himself up in this exchange, but he's going to have to get healed up. It's going to take some time before he can rejoin the fight. He's still a ways away from that Dragon Blade, so won't have that to offer up. And meanwhile, Fury is just taking names. 3 kills coming through, looking for more. Almost has that Graviton Surge up yet again.
Yeah, taking names and making a name for himself here. Very fitting for his name. Fury, showing the Fury here. 70 plus, 80 plus energy many times, doing the maximum amount of damage. He is on fire, as you can see in his portrait on the Rhinos Gaming Wings side here. As you mentioned, nearly with another Graviton Surge. There is an Earth Shatter. There's self-destruct, though, for MVP Infinity. Trying to retake.
There's nearly an Earth Shatter here from the side of MC as well. See, though, Breck getting slept, goes low, knocked down to about half HP. That's going to be the Graviton Surge coming through. He's got the shield up, trying to defend as best as possible, but the massive Biotic Grenade comes out into an Earth Shatter, and that is just Rhinos Gaming Wing pushing forward. Absolutely devastating MVP Infinity with Bianca going down. This will complete the delayed team kill. And with overtime there, Rhinos Gaming Wings picked up a very swift first round on Oasis at University.
Big cheer from the crowd there. The kills onto One Fact and Easy Bro, immediately knocking those ults out of the picture. So it was an easy cleanup after that. That was their one chance to make it work. Rhinos Gaming really kind of feeding them into that choke point, knowing that they were going to be forced to make that desperate push, isolated, or rather identified the targets they needed to hit, who had ults. So good call-outs here, good communication. We talked back to one of the strengths of MVP Infinity last season in the promotions match that we had before we call it officially Super Week here, was their communication was really on point. They have got this slightly adjusted roster here, but they've kept that the same. But it's Rhinos Gaming who takes this first point. Good communication, and better communication than even the one I'm talking about here for Infinity. As we go into the second point, it's going to be the pharmacy comp for both sides. This has been the story of Oasis tonight.
Yeah, we're going to just see this mirrored continuously, it would seem. Undyne in a bad spot, trying to avoid these rockets. Hasn't come back in to land yet. One Fact runs straight into that rocket. He goes down, and Undyne follows suit very swiftly as Fury finds the kill. Now over onto the Diva. Operating with the Zarya this time around, and Rhinos just find themselves with a very fast cap yet again.
Gonna take control. Oxo nearly with a pulse bomb. And with the pick onto Undyne, obviously Agape or Agape, we're not entirely sure which one he is here.
We're going to call him Agape.
Let's call him Agape.
We'll go with the spelling, but you never know with the Korean pronunciations.
Sure, and you know, maybe he's just trying to keep his opponent's mouths open with his sick resurrects. We'll find out. Either way, he has a much closer, well, he had a much closer charge on that resurrect. It's pretty even now. Oxo's looking for a pick here. Fury gets the charge kill onto Breck. And here comes Oxo's potential pulse bomb. Chasing down One Fact right now, the duel.
He does now have that recall, but he gets healed back up here. As Gabe does jump onto him, keeping him sustained, chases in, finds One Fact, staggering that Tracer. And Rhinos will keep holding on 40% to start things off. So nicely done from them. Still a ways away from this barrage here for Envy, only at 50%. but working towards that ever so steadily as UMT and Fury both might be joining in the ultimate party very soon.
Okay, here comes the pulse bomb here, no kill. UMT has that Primal Fury, Primal Rage I should say. Fury has the self-destruct, Undying, continuing those heals. One fight gets the pick onto Mango. Meanwhile, EasyBro taken out by Fury as the fight continues. Trades on both sides here. Rhinos Gaming holds on, they're at 68%. They're about to have Sound Barrier, they're about to have that Rocket Barrage. Two critical ults.
Yeah, both Mercies did go down. Game still has his ultimate. MB barely makes it out of range of the Tesla gun, but Bianca, he's able to rocket his way up into the air, takes out that Pharah as the barrage becomes available.
Looks like this is going to be a take here for MVP.
No, that's going to be the triple reds coming in for a game just now, rejoining the team. They throw down that self-destruct, and that's going to be the Sound Barrier coming out on top of it. That's going to be 2 kills picked up, as you say, Undyne and EasyBro. The Pharmacy comp already going down, and Oxo firing away with this Tracer, trying to work through that Sound Barrier shield. Tossed out by Wynot, and it seems to be working so far. 2 more, 3 more kills picked up.
And that's the end of overtime.
Hailing down, and yet again, overtime does fall, and that's just going to be Oasis going over to Rhinos Gaming Wings.
Really close call there. We had that beautiful brick bubble dropped into the air there to hit the Pharah, nearly killing himself. That was really impressive. The Tesla didn't get killed. Once he was taken out, though, things looked like they were going to be retaken for Infinity, but as you astutely pointed out, the res comes in, everything changes in an instant, as all the effort spent to get those 3 kills was just reversed in an instant, and the coordination looks good for Infinity, but the Wings are definitely mechanically outplaying them, I would say, more than anything else. I mean, they both have good decision-making. You can see the coordination on the side of Infinity. It just seems to be an issue of mechanics here, as Infinity has the right ideas but can't execute them. The Sombra idea we saw earlier as well, smart, but execution on perhaps a little bit off. Did not work out for them.
Yeah, Rhinos, once they get that lead, they just aren't letting go of it. So that full cap coming through. Very swift first map, as that will just be them moving 1-0. Ooh, and we'll get something different. Yeah, not King's Row. So we'll go to Nimbani for our second map for our hybrid.
I have a feeling that MVP Infinity has a special plan here for this map. There's a lot of different ways to approach the defense here. The unique high ground mechanic with that hallway, and you know, you wouldn't pick this map unless you had a specific reason to do so. Almost every other team has said King's Row is the most standard map. We're going to try to take a straight-up game here, but I feel like Infinity has a super sneaky plan. They tried the Sombra. That's the strangest thing we've seen from them today. Didn't really work out. They switched off of it. It sent Undyne back onto the Ana right away, but what's the secret sauce here for Nimbani on the defense?
I mean, I want to know, what is going to be the success here for MVP Infinity if they can find any at all? Do they have to play something out of the meta, or do they have to play as clean as possible? Because we've seen them attempt both sides, and neither's come up with a victory yet.
We'll see if they can make it work on their map pick. The Wings very clean with a 2-0 on Oasis. If they win this, they take match point. Let's jump in and see if they can do it.
Get it.
We didn't get 4 Kings Rows, but we still got it. So,
well, I'm thankful for that.
Me too. Infinity is going to be on the attack first, so we'll likely see them try to play standard here. I don't think they're going to reinvent the wheel on attack. It's more of the defense where you have a lot more room for creativity for that. So we'll see what they're running, whereas Rhinos looks to be running standard Roadhog here. Umte is going to be on the Winston. Oxo going to switch off into the Soldier because you have so much high ground to work with here. I'm going to see the Reinhardt at all. Of course, it can be really powerful on the high ground in that hallway, but it often leaves you risky on the low ground. You can't really easily mobile jump up and down to deal, so I like the choice to cut him out here on the defense.
Umte just going to be looking to disrupt the backline as much as he possibly can. You have that, again, you know, that 1.5 DPS, I guess you could kind of call it, with the Roadhog and the Soldier combination coming through for themselves. So a couple decent boosted targets that you can go for. Even the Winston, if there's that Primal Rage available, is an okay one that you could see.
Nano Visor's no joke either. I mean, it's still quite strong.
Obviously, that would be the most desired one, but going onto the whole hog, going into Primal Rage, that can buy you a lot of time, especially if you're just trying to delay in overtime. The Winston taking that reduced damage helps out quite a bit. For now, though, they will see that one factor is running in on this Pharmacy composition yet again. The leap forward comes out from Umte, throwing down the barrier, just going to get a little bit of damage through.
Just popping the barriers right in his face consistently here to absorb that damage.
Block out as much as he can. See how this is going to work out for MVP. They have that pseudo dive comp with Easy Bro on this Genji and Breck on the Winston as well. Not so much the follow-up with the Tracer. Oh! That's Zenyatta. Oh, nice dodge there coming through from Undine. Keeping himself safe, won't get hooked in, but a lot of damage coming down onto Envy, who has to kite back, pops the E. Will eventually get jumped up here to full HP.
Easy Bro actually building up quite a bit of that Dragon Blade meter. He's done a lot of damage here. No picks yet, but he's 85%. Very, very close. Oxo now down onto the low ground here. They will get a pick onto Why Not. Breck is down as well. So Infinity is going to have to reset for another push. But look, they're going to have a lot of ults to work with.
See though, chasing in, just looking to stagger as much as possible there onto Easy Bro. They're able to finish him off. The only member of MVP for the very short time that does have that ultimate. So keeping him out of the fight as long as possible is going to be very crucial here. See the Resurrect and the Sound Barrier about to be available for MVP to match the 3 ultimates that are here from Rhinos. Sound Barrier significantly further behind here for a gate, but it's likely because his team hasn't taken as much damage.
Exactly, and that's just how Overwatch works sometimes, especially for healers here. Okay, we're going to see this Dragon Blade. Already the kill onto Mango here. Easy Bro needs more than that, though, I'd say. He's going to get taken out here very shortly. No, the Sound Barrier comes up, and he's going in. Just vanilla Genji here. Gets a kill onto a Gabe.
Yeah, charging forward, comes up with that one. Umte is able to finish off Undyne. But it doesn't matter. The damage has already been done here. 2 Rhinos giving Titan as MVP just stacks up on top of the point, looking to go ahead and take this one out. Haven't quite worked their way towards that first tick. You see they do have to go ahead and peel back. That self-destruct, buying quite a bit of time here for them as Fury tosses that one out. They'll go ahead and kite back, and honestly, that looked like the best opportunity for MVP to have an opening to take this one.
Oh, nice
Beautiful hook.
That's going to, really mess up their spawns. Why Not? It's going to come up a lot later. And he's not going to be around to speed boost anybody back to the point. Easy Bro did what he could, but he was immediately heal banned there by that Bionic Grenade. And Breck does have Primal Rage. They do have the self-destruct to try to engage. Resurrect, though, isn't ready. Dragon Blade isn't ready. They'd be wise to just bank these ults up before going in for another push. They're low on time here, but I think that's their best option rather than just trying to crash in too early.
It's going to come down to Hail Mary if that's the case. Mango now getting that boosted visor. Goes in, finds one back, takes him out from around the corner. Now jumping down to the low ground. Going to be looking for a bit of damage down onto Breck, that last tank alive. As he will go ahead and kite back with Bianca. So he and the Diva will stay up, at least for the moment, as Envy chases forward, trying to pop the suit. Won't get it.
It's a race now for Undyne to grab that Resurrect. That's going to be the key here. 10% away. He will have it. He will be ready for it. They need to make this work. This is their last chance. They didn't use ults for that last push, so that's good for them. A lot of ults used on the side of Rhinos instead. That Nano Visor isn't going to be available this time. As they move forward here, Bianca may actually start this off with that self-destruct.
We'll see if the skill of Rhinos can outplay these ultimates, and Undyne's the first one to go down, so there will not be a Resurrect. Easy Bro going in with the Dragon Blade, trying to get out of here, but Umte sticks to him like glue with the Winston and just saps him to death. Undyne just now coming up, going to be running back to the point as fast as he possibly can. Sound Barrier will buy MVP a bit of time here. As Why Not chucks that one out, but the self-destruct comes down, finds Bianca, getting that kill, and now the Tracer coming through from Envy, just zipping back to the point. It's going to give them a bit of an upper hand. Rez does come down, doesn't find Breck, just gets the one, and MVP, they have to pile in. Can they arrive in time? Easy Bro makes an attempt for it.
He can't. One Fact is the last man to try for it. There's the Bianca in here as well. Who's going to be pushed off. One Fact isn't in there, and they're both going to go down.
They shove him off. They take him out, and now that clock will be ticking down. Primal Rage popped here by
he's alone
Breck.
now.
Already down to half HP as they just try to zap him out. He's just trying to tag him as much as he possibly can, as frequently as he can. But they're just getting picked off one at a time as they come through, and Rhinos yet again, just absolutely stomping MVP, the full hold on point A.
Breck died before popping Primal Rage, perhaps intentionally hoping he was going to get the Resurrect, but Mercy came back late, and the Resurrect didn't heal him, so it ended up being, if that was intentional, it didn't work in his favor. And when he finally came back after the respawn, he had the Primal Rage, but he was alone, he was killed easily. The staggered spawn's a really big problem for Infinity on those pushes.
I mean, the biggest thing was Undyne just dying before the fight even happened. And once that occurs, all of MVP should just kite back, wait for him to respawn, and then go in. But instead, they commit forward, and then when he comes back in to get a res off, he only clips one, being Bianca, can't get Breck, who had the Primal Rage available. So it was just a series of absolutely devastating events for MVP.
If you're going to try to delay that overtime aggressively, you know, you're really wanting to send one fact on the Tracer in there, buy that time that way, then wait for the Mercy to come back, but they just committed in it with everything. Anyway, we can talk about it to death, but we're going into this attack round for Rhinos. They look very primed to take this second map if that defense is any indication. Going to be similar comps again here. Rhinos not actually running the Pharah themselves, just going to be sticking with the Tracer, and Envy's on the Genji this time. A little bit different. Infinity going to have that Pharmacy on the defense, with Breck once more on the Winston. So kind of a defensive dive comp here. No high ground DPS, no Soldier, and no McCree. Just going to be relying on that Sky DPS really with one fact. Easy Bro can, of course, help out with the defense on the high ground, but you'll think of it as that consistent range DPS that you normally see on the defense. Maybe this is the special sauce Infinity wanted, but I'm not so sure about this myself. It just doesn't feel as consistent as what we saw from the Wings on their defense.
I certainly have my doubts, and Oxo coming back in here for this Tracer. Should have a pretty easy time of, flanking in onto Why Not. You can already see him going into the back of the pit here, or the back of the point, trying to find that. Undyne dies yet again. A Gabe coming up with a killing blow. That is going to be so critical here for Rhinos as they continue to push forward. Why Not trying to buy some time as he rides along the wall, but he can't dodge that Tesla gun. He couldn't get out of range, so he falls. Both the healers have now gone down.
Easy Bro's
dead as well. Follows suit. Breck will as well. This is just going to be
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is just...
I don't even have words for this. I mean, that was...
This is slaughter.
That was, I mean, this isn't even looking, it was a pro team with how much they dismantled them. That was absolutely one-sided, and that is it. It's going to be a 2-0 here for Rhinos Gaming Wings. As easy as it gets. I think I've seen a map that end so quickly in my entire very short Overwatch cast.
I mean,
career.
after that last game, I mean, it was a 3-1, but it still went almost 2 hours there between Afrika Red and X6 Gaming. This is going to be one of the fastest best of fives I have ever seen across any esport.
And also just in Overwatch esports in general, yes, some Overwatch games can go quick, but usually never this quick with a full hold into that quick. One push, that's it. That's all they needed. They got the kill onto Undyne immediately. The Winston dive in was really well executed by Umte, and he got on top of everybody, got several kills, and there was no high ground range damage to slow that down. And I mean, it just doesn't feel like the Pharmacy comp should be utilized on this map on the defense, at least not on the initial point. It really didn't work out there. This was their map pick, and they got absolutely destroyed. It stands to reason that the Wings will just crush them on the third map on the 2 capture, but they have some time to think about things. Before we go to this break, what map do they want to choose? What strategy are they going to use? They have all the balls in their court. They might bring us to Hanamura once more and do that crazy Torbjorn Symmetra, something like that, something they've already shown us last season of promotions. Well, they're going to take this break now, guys, and so are you, before we go into that third, potentially final map of the night. If you thought the Conbox one-sided match was a stomp earlier, you haven't seen anything yet. This may be over, before you could take a bathroom break, so don't go right now, as this has been insanely quick, especially the Umbani full hold into first cap, an ultless cap. A first push, one attempt, one play, if you will, made, crushing the entire push. MBB Infinity looked weak on Oasis, but they fell apart on Numbani. And now they have potentially one last map choice. Well, they only have one map choice, whichever way you look at it. They have to win the rest of this series. It's going to be their first of last games here. We've seen Hanamura 3 of 3. We'll see if they make it 4 of 4 here. To do what most teams are going to. We saw it as well in the grand finals. I expect they'll take it. But I'd like to see them throw the curveball into Anubis at least. Just because most teams are less practiced on it. Let's see.
Doesn't matter to me what they do. Okay, there we go. So they will go ahead and pick up Temple of Anubis. So it's nice to not see Hanamura for the fourth time today. But we'll see something a bit new, albeit you'd have to expect that this is still just going to be, regardless of it being their choice or not, another slaughter here for Rhinos Gaming Wings. Could very well just be another full hold at point A into attack where they just go ahead, cap, and close out this 3-0 in about an hour's, or 3-0 in about an hour's time, which is pretty record-breaking here.
No one wants to sugarcoat this situation. I mean, it's massively in favor of the Wings here. Infinity looked weak. They looked weaker. And if things continue this way, this will likely be a 3-0. Infinity has to win 3 maps in a row. Their last map pick is going to be Anubis. Can they make this work? It seems unlikely. Find out if Wings can just close this out 3-0.
Get it. All right. Well, we have a 100% success rate of getting it.
If this ends up being as quick of a stomp as we expect, and I don't want to lie to you guys, I know a lot of fans don't like commentators when they speak honestly from their minds and their hearts based on what they've seen and what they've analyzed and looked at, but let's be real here. It's going to be a miracle for Infinity to even win this map, to even cap this first point based on what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wings look hungry, even you can feel it with their coordination of just spamming hero swaps in that spawner moment before they actually spawn, in the countdown for spawn. You could feel how excited they are to be able to play on this live stage. Of course, not all of them
do it.
To this.
Do it, why not? It's in your name.
Why not?
Just commit to the Orisa. Let me see it.
I mean, at this point, Infinity should try everything.
I think Rhinos Gaming Wings should just go ahead and play Orisa. Screw it at this point. You're almost certainly going to win. Maybe you give him a cap and then you swap it and you beat him at point 2.
They just go all healers. Mango's getting warmed up.
The massive disrespect of the full healer comp. How wonderful that would be. All right, well, that's going to be a nice start here. Envy just poking his head out a little too much there as one fact takes him out, so... Okay. All right.
I've seen this before.
Can they follow up with more is going to be the question. Already getting jumped on here as Umte goes forward, trying to finish him off, but the heals are coming out. And maybe Umte's overstayed his welcome. He'll leap out and will get taken out as Undead snipes him out of the air with his Zenyatta.
Okay, if the Wings play with their food too much here, they will get punished.
We're just talking about the disrespect.
Yeah, this was definitely overzealous. One fact now in great position to knock out a Gabe here. Misses the last shot, or actually doesn't take it.
Got rid of Undyne, the shoving one fact back yet again. Just trying to keep him off that high ground, but Gabe falls as Bianca takes him out. So MVP still going to be gaining a bit of ground here. Easy Bro will have to go ahead and kite out. Trying to burn him out.
Envy, that early death earlier, he's just switched into Tracer. He's back here on the point. He's built up a lot of ult charge here, but one fact still not dealt with. And he's finding a lot of damage.
Yeah, just chunking out where he can. I mean, that first tick on the control meter has been achieved here for MVP as they go back in, looking for a little bit more. One fact still sniping out from a distance, trying to get some damage in on the Umte, but the barrier there is going to block a lot of that. And Envy off the pulse bomb, takes care of Easy Bro. Now trying to follow up here, get rid of the Winston, and he does. It's going to be 3 kills very swiftly picked up here for Rhinos. And that is going to halt MVP for a bit. So Rhinos, okay, so you know what? They had their fun. They played a little bit disrespectfully.
Yeah.
Now they've grounded themselves yet again, it would seem.
Okay.
But one fact is still the factor, I guess you would have to say.
He swamps now, though.
Okay.
He's going to play this a little bit more standard. He wants to get some more direct value with a sound barrier that's about to be popped. See if they use the sound barrier to gain that nano. Oh, we're going to see this before actually
Almost
going
goes
in.
down. Yeah, it doesn't have to use the recall, though. It does get popped up the full HP as they try to wrap around the right-hand side of the map. He does find Oxo, however. Loses a bit of his HP.
Okay, Easy Bro's still alive. He actually has this blade. It could be nano boosted.
He's getting those shots. Actually, Nano Boost gets thrown down in onto Fury. It still has that self-destruct, goes for it, trying to finish off Easy Bro as best as he can, but he's going to go ahead and get a little bit of a drive-by assist on the Mango, but still MVP Infinity yet again, losing more members than they're able to kill. A 3-for-1 exchange in favor of Rhinos.
Looks like Breck will survive here, which is quite critical as Envy is chasing down Bianca. She lives too, so they have the self-destruct they can go in here. They have a lot of ults pulled up. They've got one shot at this. I really feel. I mean, they are going to have to nano boost, sound barrier, Easy Bro, and hope he carries because this is their last shot in tonight's matches.
Here he goes, has that Dragon Blade ready to go. Nano Blade as it's stacked on top of him, finds the kill onto a gate, follows up on the Mango. So both the healers down here for Rhinos Gaming. Can they hold on? Here's the question. Bianca just pumping shot after shot into the back of Oxo, is able to take him down. They're only able to trade one onto Undyne. Rectos go low. But so far, MVP in a pretty advantageous position, you'd have to say. The respawn's coming through from Rhino. Can they arrive in time? We'll see. Jumping back in, trying to keep that point contested is Umte, but he'll fall. And this is going to give MVP some quality time alone with this, and that likely is just going to be the concede by Rhinos.
I believe it will be. There's no one here. Umte committed to dive in, was picked off immediately. You can see the smile on Oxo's face.
He's not really phased.
Yeah, he realizes, okay, perhaps we underestimated them, especially to start there. Envy not even looking forward with the Genji, and Umte's dive totally unnecessary. But they're taking it very seriously now, regardless. Lost point A. And one fact, coming in here looking for a pick, jumps in, gets the stick, but it's not enough to get the kill, even with the dive here with Breck.
Yeah, Envy pops the E, gets his HP back. Easy Bro chasing in, trying to finish off a game. Almost gets him, but he just chases way too far up the pillar for the Genji to come up with the kill. Now getting hounded down by Umte. Has to go ahead and eject himself from the fight. Almost falls.
Just ask Hawksaw, man. You don't want to chase those those Lucios.
Yeah. Definitely do not.
Well, I mean, this is still a good amount of ults that MVP Infinity has to work with here. They have the Dragon Blade. They're going to have Nano Boost soon. Fury's just holding on to the self-destruct. He wants to pair it whenever they dive in. The self-destruct, very useful as a defensive tool. Even when the sound barrier goes down, you know at that moment they're going to commit. You can react to that. Ooh, this is nice. That's going to be a kill for sure.
He gets
recalls. He gets out. No way.
Wow, just not able to get the kill in time. As soon as he gets the ability to stand up, pops the E. You know, he was mashing that one on the keyboard, just trying to get himself out, and he does so successfully.
He recalled to the exact same spot, too. They all just stood around him, and they overdid not shooting at him to wake him up. I feel like they could have easily got that kill.
If you had somebody like the Roadhog, it's a guaranteed kill, but because they don't have any lockdown after the sleep dart, they're unable to take him out, so very crucial escape there for Oxo.
Slippery Tracer here. Okay, we're going to see the self-destruct.
Self-destruct, but the bubble is thrown down by the Winston to try to keep themselves alive. Easy Bro coming in, has the Nano Blade, popped off, finishes off onto Fury, helps out with a gate, but Oxo trades one back onto Breck, so losing that tank line is MVP so far as Bianca in that mech suit does go low. Rhino's going to be trying to hold on to this one. Envy popping the whole hog, a lot of it getting mitigated by the right click from D.Va. And Easy Bro is able to finish him off in the end, but Umte trading back as he gets rid of Undyne.
And they pop a Gabe's solo sound barrier basically here, not getting too much. Well, they're going to get back onto this point. Envy actually swaps to the Reaper.
He'll deny here, to Easy Bro. They chase him down. The boot from Fury is enough to take him out. 2 minutes left on the clock. Breck the only one on MVP that has an ultimate available.
So close to getting that first tick of the control meter, but they didn't get it. They used so many ults to try to make this happen. They have 2 minutes left. a lot of ults used on the side of Wings as well, so it's a pretty even game in terms of ults, but Rhino's Gaming Wings, of course, has that faster respawn, and it's going to be an uphill battle for Infinity without any sort of ult engage. Even EasyBro switching off the Genji knows he's probably not going to have a chance to get another early Dragon Blade with the defensive set we have.
Well, now they're going to be looking for some pick potential here on the side of MVP. Going in with one fact, going to be looking to try to lock down Oxo, who's currently sitting above him, just takes out Undyne even from that distance, gets the headshots in to finish off the Yana, and you can see all of MVP just having to retreat. That one pick buys Rhinos another 15 minutes, or 15 seconds rather, off the clock.
Feels
Pulse
like 15
bomb
minutes.
ready to go. He's going to go ahead and drop that one, and likely the double kill. There it is. One fact and EasyBro both fall down. That's even more time gained for Rhinos, a commodity that they already had so much of.
I was going to say it's really smart Infinity backed off when
One
they
fact
did.
is changing again.
Yeah, he does. But I was going to say, you know, it's so smart they backed off when they did because he was looking for the big pulse bomb onto all of them. Didn't matter. He still found two. He went for the chase. He committed all the way in. And as you mentioned, yes, one fact swaps again now onto the Reaper. This feels desperate. Feels like what we saw from Space earlier, that desperate Reaper coming out. Didn't work for their sister team, but they're going to try it here.
The big heal deny starts things off. I'll help them go ahead and sit on the sidelines for a little bit longer. Wait for Why Not to go ahead and push them up to full. They're going to start pushing in here. The Nana Boost does come down onto one fact, firing away with the Reaper, trying to get the kill in onto Umte. Jumps in behind the shield, is able to finish him off, but the rest of his team is just going down around him. He makes it into the Wraith form, but barely so. Gets stuck, can't go anywhere. The ace nearly completed with just 20 seconds left. And Envy, does he have something cheeky for us? No.
Oh, I thought we were going to see the Arize to finish it out.
Yeah, I thought
10 seconds
maybe.
to go. Oh, EasyBro switches back to the Genji. Going to be unlikely he's going to be able to do anything with that. He's trying to just respawn and get here faster. One fact coming up here. This is their last chance. 2 seconds left
Massive
here.
Earth Shatter by Umte, locking up multiple members of MVP. Infinity 2 have already gone down, and one fact is one hit from dead. He'll go off with the recall, but still just getting smacked in the face by the hammer. Umte finally takes him down, looking for one fact, or EasyBro rather, and should be able to find him here. He's barely alive, but not able to do a whole lot more.
Why not the last one up there on the top?
Yeah, splatted like a bug on the ceiling. He goes down. EasyBro dashing in. The last-ditch effort from Bianca to keep this alive, but it just doesn't seem possible. Rhinos so dominant in this game, in this series. They'll close it out, a 3-0.
Well, they will have to get
Good
two
God.
caps, of course, before they can fully close it out. We're sucking ahead of ourselves here.
I mean,
but it feels that way. I mean, that was.
I am getting ahead of myself.
But they basically gave that first point away in a lot of ways. I don't want to call it fan service or anything like that, but they definitely did not play tight. And it's unfortunate that even with Infinity, trying their best versus a team that seemed to just have all the answers, they couldn't break through. EasyBro's rapid swapping, One Fact's rapid swapping, never able to find an answer, always desperate.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that they have absolutely no game plan to try to counter the play that's coming out of Rhinos Gaming Wings. Then again, maybe I just gave them the caster curse. Maybe they'll actually fire back, and
they hope so.
We'll close this one out. They'll full hold at point A.
They're going to pray to the caster gods and the gods of esports, hope the curse is real. We're on the Temple of Anubis, Egyptian curses are real. Maybe you brought him back into this, Achilleos.
I mean, I'd be ready to put down some money right now in my own words that this is going to be a closed out 3-0.
I mean, if Numbani tells us anything, this could be an ultless push to cap, and they just go in right to B, but let's not count our eggs before they've hatched, as this is not fully over. They've got one more shot to then take 2 more shots, but every life for them in this best of 5 now is their last, as Rhinos is on match point now. All they need is 2 caps. So on defense here, Infinity running very standard. They're going to have EasyBro this time, of course, on the Roadhog defensively up here on the high ground. Bianca once more on the Diva. Oxo shows Widowmaker here, and maybe he wants to give a little bit of, return the favor, if you will, against what we just saw.
Looks like that's going to be the case.
Yep.
Pushing out, going to be looking for somebody. Spots Bianca on the top of the archway there, but not going to be able to come up with the shots, so missing these first couple ones, but he'll have a more advantageous position in just a second as the rest of the team pushes forward, playing up into that front line. You can see everybody from MVP just terrified, having to shove themselves into the side building. to try to keep themselves safe from that Widowmaker.
Yep. Just dropping even the poison into
This is when you
room.
wish you had a Junkrat real badly.
Yeah, you really do. EasyBro gets the first pick onto Envy, though. And this push looks like it will likely be held unless something changes real quick. Agape is taken out by Bianca, and Umte is barely able to escape.
Oh, really nice hook.
Take it back.
Yeah, by EasyBro. Does get rid of Umte. So come up with a couple picks here.
And an ult advantage for Infinity as a result. Oxo's going to switch off the Widowmaker immediately. Now jumping right into this Tracer, what he's more prone to playing so far in this best of 5.
Well, if this first point goes down to a minute, then I'm going to start getting worried about that caster curse coming true.
Well, let's wait and see.
Still ways to go. Just under 3 minutes on the clock here for Rhinos, building up on those meters, almost have a nano boost, and the Dragon Blade ready to go as Envy dashes in, has the deflect up, and still takes a lot of damage and gets that heal deny coming through, but they still are able to finish off EasyBro right at the end of that one. Nano boost coming through onto Bianca, to mitigate as much as possible, but one in fact gets taken down mid-visor, and that is going to be such crucial picks coming through for Rhinos yet again, as they pile onto this first point. The first tick will be achieved for them, and this is likely just going to be the take.
It looks that way. There's no way Infinity can deny this anymore. It's going to be just a full 5-man capture here, and that's going to be it. So they have a large time pool to win this game. They're on match point 6-10, left to capture the second point. Oxo, a god of Tracer, really showing us the basics here. Even though Envy got picked early in that fight, he did enough damage, enough pressure for them to get the wipe, especially Oxo with all those kills.
There's going to be 4 ultimates available here for Rhinos to go ahead and move in.
Envy bringing the Reaper, actually, for this, so he can try to do some sneaky tactics, perhaps through the side passage.
Yeah, changing things up here a little bit.
I'm hoping to see Reaper come back in the meta. I mean, we've seen a little bit of it already today. It seems unlikely, but I'm hoping. A man can dream.
It can help him really, get through Breck here, especially if he makes it into that primal range, as long as Envy can stay alive.
So he is in this passage. He's nowhere near a Death Blossom, but he's going to try to punish anyone who comes over here to check and build that Death Blossom up, trying to maybe do that Beyblade for the finish. Maybe the big Beyblade fans. Here we go.
Pushing in. That's going to be the Nano Boost thrown down onto Envy. Looking for a target. The right click is there from the D.Va, trying to mitigate as much as possible, but has to let it go in the end. Will lose the suit here.
Blossom almost ready here. Is at 85%. 93 survives here. Already, though, the pick onto Mango and Oxo. Going to be tough to actually force this to work. Envy goes down. They're going to have to reset here. Bianca pushing Umte off the point.
Looks like they might be able to exit with their lives, and actually, they'll trade one back here on an EasyBro. Umte does go down in the end. So not the worst of exchanges here for MVP. Have a couple ultimates there.
So
as
sad.
far as DPS is concerned.
So sad they used the Nano, though, Achilles, because
now they have the Death Blossom.
Yeah, they have the Death Blossom, but no Nano here. They still have the Pulse Bomb. They've got Primal Rage, no Sound Barrier. It'll be interesting to see if they actually commit to it. They committed to the Nano without the Blossom, so it stands to reason they may potentially use the Blossom without the Nano if they feel like they've got a favorable position coming out of that hallway. They're not actually taking that route right now. They're coming through the middle this time, actually to the right side.
One fact, though, might be able to have a position here for a very crucial Pulse Bomb. Hasn't gone in to try to drop this down onto the majority of the enemy team, but it doesn't matter. They already go ahead and commit the Dragon Blade. And EasyBro swoops up multiple kills, 3, now 4 of the members of Rhinos Gaming Wings going down. And MVP, they'll keep holding firm. It's been 2 minutes just about here on the clock that they've held this. Now 4 minutes remaining.
Only really using the Dragon Blade there for the defense too, so they have quite a few defensive ults they now have to hold on to this. So hold on to your hat, Achilles. Caster Curse may come true. We'll see. But look,
what have I done?
What have you done? Envy still has this, Death Blossom available. Mango nowhere near with that early kill on the Nano boost.
They're pushing in onto the point. They're going to have the fast track on this one as the rest of the team is behind them, dropping in. And Undyne going to be the first one that falls. See, EasyBro has got that Nano boost, but there's no Dragon Blade to accompany with it. But Agape and Mango both fall on the side of Rhinos. Envy going into the Wraith form. No one there to heal him up. Will go ahead and pump the Death Blossom.
He's in the bubble.
Hovering in and out of the bubble. Comes up with 2 kills. He takes out EasyBro and Why Not. Trying to find more, but Breck is able to answer with one. And you can see Fury going low, taken out by one fact who dashes in, trying to find his way onto that health pack, but it's gone, and he gets burned out by Oxo, who wins the duel. But they don't get much else on the point. Still just that single tick there for Rhinos.
really Envy switches back to the Roadhog, I'd rather honestly see him just go back to the Genji. It's been working for them so well. Mango already nearly at a nano boost. By the time he has his Blade, they'll probably have Sound Barrier. They still have a lot of time to build that. It feels unnecessary to go for this pick-oriented play here with the Roadhog, but they're going to do it anyways. Fury nearly at the Graviton Surge as well. They're just going to try to force this. It feels like all these attacks that we're seeing from Wings are just so inefficient, almost as if they're overconfident here.
We'll see. That's going to be the self-destruct tossed out. Not going to find anything. Umte blocking that one successfully with his shield. And 2 kills get picked up as Umte takes out OneFact with a Flame Strike. Undyne dead as well. They'll lose the Roadhog.
Dragon Blade comes
in. Yeah, it's going to be the Graviton Surge sucking him in. The Big Bang comes out from Oxo. Triple kill as he pops the mech suit, and Bianca goes down with the help of Umte. And Rhinos might have finally found their opening. The Nano Boost thrown in onto OneFact, desperately trying to buy some time. He tosses out the Pulse Bomb, kills Umte actually. So OneFact having some success delaying this push from Rhinos. The respawns are coming in, and MVP, I think they've done it despite the Big Bang.
Yep, they actually do. They had their own mini Big Bang here. Gape, I say, comes, gets taken out here, so that's going to stagger the respawns.
Oh dear, oh dear.
135 left. What have you done, Achilles?
I've cursed them.
Well,
I've ruined it all.
You've cursed the Wings. They're no longer.
That's what I mean.
They're no longer very carefully using their ults together. They're not synergizing them. They're not waiting. They're not being patient. They're just going in with any opportunity they see. And because Infinity is playing out of their minds right now, it's never enough. They do have the Nano, but what to pair with this time? Umte is going to have to be the target here. He's going to have that Earth Shatter. This could be another opportunity.
The hook comes in. They find Whiteout right off the start of the fight here, though. Oxo dashing around the Sound Barrier, coming down. Out of the suit goes Bianca, and he goes into the grave. Pulse Bomb comes out, won't find a kill, and Oxo is building up one of his own. As it ready to go, going to try to chase in onto OneFact, takes him out, and Rhinos, this is the fight, this is the collected play that they've been looking for on all of these pushes so far. But MVP are coming back in, they have the recalls, the respawns to try to defend this even further. Easy Bro, another Dragon Blade coming through, they take out Mango, they take out Oxo, and MVP, they hold on yet again, finding another 2 kills with just 30 seconds left on the clock.
Undyne is never dealt with. Here's a Graviton Surge coming in. Fury's going to try to turn this around.
Full energy on the Zarya, comes up with 2, but taken down by OneFact right at the end. Breck getting that Nano Boost as well, buying more. Desperate time for MVP. It's about 12 seconds here. Rhinos, a couple members just respawning. They have to pile onto the point right now if they want any chance of taking this.
Undyne just never dying here, always having the perfect biotic grenades. And Nano's coming up very quickly with how much healing he's able to put off. OneFact looking for a pick to slow this down. Gets a pick on Mango.
Yeah, but Mango does fall, and he's already got that Pulse Bomb ready to go. Umte will go down, and now Agape just riding around the top side of the wall, trying to delay this as best as he possibly can, just sticking it on top of the sarcophagus. But the rest of his team has gone down. They just haven't really caught on to his position quite yet. They'll spot him out now. They'll take him down, and that's actually going to be it. MVP. I have completely cursed Rhinos Gaming Titan.
Well,
we'll be able to defend this.
We go to a tiebreaker now.
The first one of the night.
The first one of the night. 2 secondary holds back to back. Undyne on that pillar, just constantly putting out heal bands, as they're called here in Korea, the grenades to stop the healing, and also that healing that he put out himself on his teammates. Extra damage, having a lot of nano boosts there. And the Wings, at the end, I feel like they got their synergy back a little bit, but it was too little too late. But for a while there, they were just super inconsistent with how they just smashed in. You know, the nano boost on the no Death Blossom Reaper, then the Death Blossom without the boost, even though they had that really cool bubble, it was always like half measures, never the full measure, never the full commitment.
You know, I knew I was going to do it. I did right at the end of that game. I called them Rhinos Gaming Titan.
I didn't even know.
So, yeah, Rhinos Gaming Wings.
Everyone knows what you mean. You're fine.
The sister team. Oh, well.
If you do it again, you're fired.
Yeah, you only get one.
Okay, well, gonna head into our tiebreaker now. High five here.
Very lackluster one.
I like this new shirt, by the way, for the Wings here. Feels very hard worker looking. I don't know what else to call it. Almost looks like a uniform for a restaurant or something, but that's what you gotta do, man. You gotta turn out those practice hours, work hard, the 9 to 5, the grind, make it here to promotions and go into Apex.
Well, maybe this turns into a bit of a grind here with this tiebreaker, and we'll have to find out.
That it will. we set up for this one. It's going to be
on. Okay.
I held my breath
Night
on this
market.
and actually we weren't told what the tiebreaker map was, but it will be.
Night market here for Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, Lijiang.
So, well, get us, our first sign of this map for this promotion tournament, as everyone's just been favoring Oasis, and then that one time we saw Nepal.
Well, keep in mind, of the 2 maps that were played, Numbani was by far the worst. Well, 3 maps now, but anyway, the 2 finished maps. By far the worst of the 2 is Numbani, but they did okay on Oasis. Is the best I can give them. I'll give them an okay. It was definitely, like, in terms of tiebreakers.
I feel like they'll take it at this point.
They're happy that the tiebreaker's not being played on a hybrid map, let's just say, because it didn't go well for them on Numbani.
But now it all comes down to this. This is just, exactly. This is a best of 1, no best of 3 like we see at the start of the series there with our King of the Hill. So only Night Market to decide the potential fate of MVP Infinity. Again, a loss here sends them into that loser's match. Coming out the gate here, going to be going for that dive comp. No Zenyatta to back it up, but Easy Bro again coming through onto that Genji. One fag gets taken rather low immediately. Dashes forward, looking for a kill in onto Oxo. Has to recall as he just keeps eating that damage.
Okay, 2 picks already here. Umte gets the kill onto Undyne. Oxo, we haven't really seen his McCree yet. Oh, pretty good so far. The bio grenade here from Mango going to get the kill onto Why Not. They're going to take the point first, but this is just the beginning. Going to have to hold it for a much longer time in order to take the series, but they have the ult advantage. Oxo already building towards that Deadeye. Umte as well with the Earth Shatter. They have this massive ult advantage.
You can see they're already just working their way around, trying to hold this choke point, but MVP Infinity, they know that this is going to be the strat, so they go ahead, they opt in for the high ground, drop themselves down, will be entering it from the front side of the point. For the most part, as Easy Bro looks to flank. Ulti's not quite there for anybody yet. Oxo and Umte are both close. As MVP pushes in, trying to contest this. And find 2 picks, actually. Oxo and Mango both go down. That's going to be a very nice start. MVP
Pulse bombs!
Pulse
he
bomb!
misses it.
Throws out the pulse bomb. Tossing out the pulse bombs, what I was trying to say. I won't find anything, but he does fire back. Gets a kill on a Breck.
Undyne gets 2 there
swiftly
to finish him off. Even gets the kill with the sleep dart onto Envy. And, that pulse bomb that you struggled to describe, it feels wasted.
Yeah.
They probably should have just backed off to save it for a follow-up push. Now they don't have any ults. They're soon to have that Deadeye I was talking about, the Nano. We see the Electro Cowboy, Umte with the Earth Shatter available. Gonna have to wait for that sound barrier, though. They may just dive right in. However, though, they actually have the point controlled.
Yeah, he's gonna get taken out, though, actually, as Envy does come up with that kill, charging away. Massive Zarya, full energy. Going in, helps pop that suit up Bianca, and he will fall in the end. Off the backside of that Graviton Surge. Pushing forward.
Only Earth Shatter used, so they still have several ults available, and they're nearing the 50-point mark on this capture.
Gonna be pushing into 3 of Rhinos, though. Could just go ahead, boost the Electric Cowboy into the Deadeye, get that faster lockdown.
He's waiting, he's super patient here.
They want to do, he's going to go ahead and pop that one. Nano Boost coming through, looking for multiple targets, but the barrier standing in the way. There we go, finally gets Breck as it goes down, follows up on the drop onto Easy Bro, taking out the Genji. Can't find Why Not, he escapes around the corner, but damage has been done here. Rhinos coming up with some crucial picks, well executed there on the double ultimate coming in. They'll maintain the hold as we approach 75%.
They wasted the sound barrier as well. They wasted the Dragon Blade. So Infinity's missing these 2 crucial ults they're trying to engage with. They're going to have Primal Rage. They're going to have Self-Destruct. But that's going to have to buy time for them to get set up here. They're not really going to be ults that they can just use to win the point or get wipes. Here they go. Envy actually going to go ahead and drop down this whole hog here.
Yeah, but it's getting blocked here by Bianca from the backside. Just sticking him behind him with a right click held down. Blocks the majority of the damage and keeps a Breck safe for a while. He still does fall. You see Bianca will go ahead, toss out the self-destruct. Pulse bomb in the meantime from One Fact. Does find 2 kills as he's got that Nano Boost. Jumping in on top of Umte and helps take him down. Popping off on the Tracer. Usually not the target you want for your Nano Boost, but One Fact definitely making use of that one while he can. Easy Bro follows up for 2 more kills, and MVP Infinity will finally get the retake as they entered into overtime.
Bianca's ult there allowed One Fact to get that double kill with the pulse bomb. It was so critical he was able to launch it there as he died in good position on the point. One Fact's ready for another pulse bomb here in just a second. Easy Bro very close to another Dragon Blade. So yes, they have to hold for 50% more, but they're going to have a lot of ults in a moment here to do so. Bianca gets hooked though. This is a problem.
Yeah, they'll take him low, but now everybody jumping in onto Envy. Rather healthy at the moment, however, and they'll actually be able to find a kill onto One Fact and pop Bianca right out of the mech. There we go, finally finishing her off. Another hook connecting, trying to get in onto Undyne that get him in the end as Fury comes up with the triple kill.
Started off strong in this series, going to finish strong potentially here. All they really need to do is cap and last through the overtime. If anyone can get on there, Easy Bro's going to look for it. He needs to get in, he needs to dash in.
Yeah, here we go, he's getting in there just now. That's going to be Oxo coming up with the Deadeye, pops Breck with it. Just for good measure, the sound barrier comes down. They just need a little bit more time to finish this one out. Easy Bro trying to do as much as he can, won't be enough. They pop Bianca out. They should be taking her down.
That should be it here. The overtime ticks away, and they will finally do it in the tiebreaker. Rhinos Gaming Wings will take this 3-0 victory. A tough third game, but the rest of the series was a cakewalk.
Absolutely. I mean, the start off on Oasis, Nimbani especially, absolutely just crushing out MVP Infinity. They seem to be alive there for the 2-point capture. And even on that best of one there at Lijiang, but Rhinos Gaming Wings still look just a cut above the competition. And that is going to confirm MVP Infinity for the losers match against their sister team. So one of them will be going into Challenger. MVP space maybe staying there. Maybe MVP Infinity potentially joins them for the next season. We're not sure what's going to happen. We'll find out about that one tomorrow, but already pretty devastating news there for MVP.
Yeah, I can't imagine how crazy that series could get with sister teams against each other in all esports here in Korea, where we have the most sister teams in the world. Sometimes that gets a little bit nuts because both teams know each other so well. They try different things. And considering the level of these two teams, I feel like the gap was wider before for Infinity last season of promotions, but now it seems that it's pretty even. It's going to feel so heartbreaking that they have to go against each other this time where they did not last time. We see the Manor handshake coming in here from the Wings. MVP, remember, an org in Korea, if you're new to esports, if you're just an Overwatch fan, or rather new to Korean esports, I should say, MVP, a big org that's known for talent scouting early, known